What's up, guys? My name's Eric, aka AzraelEternity, and welcome back to the MineSanity Feed the Beast server running the Direwolf 20 mod pack. Today, you can see I have a bunch of project tables over here. I wanted to talk about the Thermal Expansion mod pack. For those of you that have used Industrial Craft and used, the machines like the compressor and the macerator and the electric furnace, these are going to be fairly similar. Well, there's going to be a couple that are fairly similar, but these are some of them. These are some of the machines, and I have a bunch of the recipes laid out for ones that I find useful, among other things. So the first thing that you're going to need is going to be a machine frame. Machine frame is the center portion of all of these machines. You will also need a redstone reception coil, which is 2 redstone and a gold in the middle. This is 4 iron, 4 glass, and a gold ingot. One of the first machines is a pulverizer, which takes a piston, machine frame, redstone reception coil, and copper. I believe all of the machines require copper, and a reception coil and a machine frame. So you'll have lots of these. So pulverizer, piston, 2 flint, machine frame, redstone, copper. This one I have not used, because I have my electric furnaces. But a powered furnace is those same 3 things: 2 copper, coil, frame, redstone, and 2 of the red bricks. And a powered furnace is the equivalent to an electric furnace or just a regular furnace. Instead of, that's the other thing that I probably should mention, the difference between these two. Whereas these machines for industrial craft run off of EU energy units, the thermal expansion machines run off of MJ. You can see here, MJ, which stands for Minecraft Joules. But I'm just going to call him MJ. You can call him, I think some people call him Michael Jackson's. But a powered furnace is the same thing as a regular furnace, except it's just running off of Minecraft Joules. So that is the powered furnace. This one is called an induction smelter, which I use a lot. Same 3 ingredients plus 2 sand and a bucket. This also smelts ores, but it has a unique property in that you need sand as a secondary, and you can put ores straight into it. I don't have any to show you. You put ores straight into it, it'll give you 2 bars, plus it has a chance of producing a secondary ingredient. If you're putting in ores, I believe ores or dust, pulverized dust, will both have a chance of generating a secondary ingredient, which is rich slag. And then if you put rich slag and dust or ores, most ores, I believe mostly dusts. Check the recipes. See here, there's sand plus gold ore is 2 gold ingots and 20% chance of rich slag. And that's it for a bunch of different recipes. Okay, it is just dust with the rich slag. So if you put rich slag in with 2 pulverized gold, you will get 3 gold ingots. So rich slag actually gives you a 50% increase in your bars from dust. But rich slag is kind of hard to get. Like this is from a lot of refining. I have this, 5 stacks. I've used some, so I probably had about 6 stacks, but that was from about probably 30 stacks of ores that I got that. So induction smelter, very good, very useful thing, and we'll get more into it later. So that's the induction smelter. This is one that I have not used that I'm going to be incorporating, which is a sawmill. It will take already made units made out of wood, so things like doors, signs, chests, beds, and it will chop it up and it'll give you resources back in the form of planks. If it's something that has like a secondary ingredient, like say you put a jukebox into the sawmill, it will give you the 8 planks for the jukebox as well as the diamond back. So essentially it uncrafts wooden things. and gives a 100% for the diamond, or if you put a bed in, it'll give you 3 pieces of planks and 3 pieces of wool. So I haven't used it yet, but I plan on it. Very useful. This would be good for scrap box if you're doing any sort of like scrap box thing where you're sorting out any of these scrap boxes, because these have a chance of producing wood items, and you can just have it uncraft those wood items, like a wooden hoe or a wooden sword or something along those lines, and it'll craft it just into planks, which is useful. A magma crucible, which converts items into lava. It varies on what items you're using. I believe if you're trying to convert cobblestone or other stones, the cost is much higher. It's like 20k something for a bucket of lava. But if you're using netherrack, it's significantly less. I think it's like 8,000 Minecraft joules in order to convert that. People use this for an infinite energy source for different things by using a magma crucible and a magmatic engine and a geothermal generator. Using those all combined, you're creating an infinite amount of both Minecraft joules and EU. It's just a lengthy process in order to get that going. And then last but not least is a liquid transposer, and this is used to do several things, like putting water or lava into aluminum cans to like package it. I think that's about all. Oh, plus putting liquefying redstone for a redstone energy cell, which is the other thing that I wanted to talk about. Do I have one on me? I thought I brought one over. Yeah, here it is. Redstone energy cell is also something that was put part of the thermal expansion. And what this essentially is think of it as a portable MFSU for Buildcraft. It can hold 600,000, that's 600,000 Minecraft joules of energy. It is fully customizable as far as its input and output. You can adjust these. Click once with your left mouse to adjust it for 5, or you can click it once with your right mouse button and it'll adjust it by 1. And you can adjust your input and your output. Please be warned, something that you will need for thermal expansion is this thing. It's a crescent hammer. Let me pull up the recipe for you because I didn't put that one down. This is a crescent hammer, 3 iron ingots and a silver ingot in the middle in the shape of a Y. And what this is if you tried to pick this up with, like, say, your diamond drill or a pickaxe or something, it would drain all of the power that's in it. Now, if you try to right-click it, it's just going to open up this menu. So you have to shift, right-click on it with the crescent hammer. It'll pop it back into your inventory as an item, or it'll drop it, and then you just grab it again, and it'll still have that charge. Now, to make this redstone energy cell, it's based out of a couple of components. The first is an energy cell energy cell frame. I can't talk today. I'm so excited. I wanted to show you everything. Which is made out of 4 electrum ingots, 4 hardened glass, and a diamond. To get electrum ingots, you combine silver dust with gold dust, and that'll give you an electrum blend, and you just put that through a furnace, whichever one your preference, and that'll give you electrum ingots. Hardened glass is used by using the induction smelter with 2 lead ingots and 1 pulverized obsidian, and that will give you 1 hardened glass. So you have to do that several times to get it, and that's using an induction smelter, which I'm not going to do. I've already made. I have plenty of hardened glass. I did a bunch of it when I did this. I already have an empty frame, and then once you fill the frame, and I'll show you how to do it, that I'm actually going to show you, you're going to put 3 electrum ingots like this, 2 lead ingots, and then a redstone conductance coil. And the difference between a conductance coil and a reception coil conductance, you're going to have the 2 redstone in the opposite corners, same as in the reception coil, except this gold ingot is going to be an electrum ingot. So total for the recipe, you're going to need 8 electrum ingots. You're going to need to get 8 dust out of that. To get one of the things that you have to fill this with redstone energy, and in order to do that, you have to put redstone into a magma crucible. That'll fill this up, and then you put it into, have that transferred over into a liquid transposer. And I'm doing this by putting both of them side by side. We're going to put the energy cell frame in the box here, and we're gonna have the magma crucible pull some redstone. It's gonna cook off. It's gonna generate it. It's gonna transfer it over here. And I think when this gets up to 1,000 millibuckets, is what they call it, 1,000 millibuckets, so 1 bucket. It's going to put it into the energy cell frame. Man, that's hard to say for me to say. Having difficulty. I think when it gets up to 1,000, it's going to put it into the cell frame. It's going to change to energy cell frame full, and it's going to pop out down here. And then we're going to put that into here, and that'll create another redstone energy cell with 0 MJ built into it. So we're going to have to charge it, and we're going to turn these engines on so that this guy doesn't run out of energy. This guy has plenty because he hasn't done anything yet. But you'll notice this guy started slowing down because he doesn't have as much energy as he needs. And for some reason, there we go. For some reason, there's a glitch. I don't know if it's when you log out or when you sleep in a bed, that these will bank up energy even if there's connected machines that need it. And I guess you need to break the pipe and replace it in order for it to get to it. But this is 10 electric engines, each putting out 2 joules per tick, which is the maximum for this. Oh, that was only 750. Damn. Okay. I guess we need to put in more. Which is this unit requires 20 Minecraft joules, Michael Jackson, per tick in order to maintain the power level that it has. So we're almost there. I think that can be it. Yep, that was it. So this is going to have a little bit extra. This is going to max out again. This is already maxing out. We're going to turn off these engines because I don't want these pipes to overload. You can see there's already a buildup right there. And this is transposing. And in a second, we should have... I wonder if it popped. Oh, it popped. Oh, okay, got it. It has an output set to be in this chest. So that is our energy cell frame full. And this and the empty one cannot be placed. You can hear me trying to right click. This cannot be placed, which is a good thing because then you aren't confused. So we're going to pop that in the middle here, and we have a redstone energy cell. Brand new one. Now that I've gone over all the machines, I want to talk to you guys about how useful they are. Now, obviously, for the Magma Crucible and the Liquid Transposer, you guys saw exactly why. One of the main things that you're going to be using it for is if you want to craft any of those redstone energy cells, you're going to have to do that redstone over. So it's about 40 redstone in order to fill that energy cell frame. Because it's 25 Minecraft buckets or millibuckets, whatever you want to call it, 25 millibuckets per redstone. But like I said, the Magma Crucible also can convert stone, any sort of stone, a bunch of different stones into lava, and then you can output the lava into a geothermal generator, or you can output it into a magmatic engine. But it's best it's best to use it with netherrack, because netherrack is going to give you the best energy output versus use, because I think you end up netting like plus 8,000 or plus 10,000, because I think one bucket of lava is 18,000 or something, or a magmatic engine outputs 18,000 or something Minecraft joules per bucket of lava, and a magma crucible uses 8,000 to generate my voice to generate that lava from netherrack. Let's see. The liquid transposer, like I said, you can also put it for cans of water, water into aluminum cans. And the reason that that's useful is I use water containers to make overclockers. You can use any sort of water source in here. You can use water containers plus 10 to create 10k coolant cells, and 10k coolant cells are needed for overclocker upgrades. So I use those cans because I don't want to consume my buckets. Because you get like 12 cans per like 3 or 410 or something. I don't remember. But yeah, so that's what's good about the liquid transposer. The pulverizer and the induction smelter, I use them as a pair. And again, I don't have any ores to demonstrate this with. But what I'll do is I'll have each of them having a hopper. The pulverizer, normally I'll have it set. Oh, shoot. I can't believe I didn't mention this to you guys already. One of the coolest things about these machines is they have a customizable configuration of where is input and where is output. So if I want this magma crucible to receive an input from the top, left, bottom, and back, all of those can be inputs. So I could have a pipe coming in here, pipe coming in here, pipe coming in from the bottom, pipe coming in from the back. All of those will end up being inputs. And then the red will be the only output. Same with the liquid transposer. All of these machines have adjustable inputs and outputs. For something like the pulverizer, you can actually set multiple outputs. So for example, you see that there's 3 different spots. There's an input here, there are 2 output spots, this one and this one. So if I want the left one to be orange or yellow or whatever color that is, yellow. I want this secondary output to go into this chest, but I want the primary output to go right into this machine. Then I'll say, okay, I want this. Oop. Oh, I didn't realize there was sand in there. What I'll do is I'll have this first input be green coming from the left. So this machine will feed directly into this machine without any need for any pipes. Simply by them touching, they'll feed into each other as long as this one's right output is for one of these outputs, and this one's left input, one of these inputs, is on the left-hand side. So what it'll end up being is I'll put cobblestone into this hopper. It'll feed down into this input because the input is configured to be through the top. Cobblestone will fall down into this machine. It'll feed, it'll process, and it'll become sand. Because it has the right side output for this spot, it'll feed directly into this machine, and this one has it set to the left input to be set to green, so that'll put it into this slot. So this will pulverize gravel or cobblestone into sand. The sand will transfer into this spot, and then from here I also have it set hopper. We'll put the hopper full of ores. Ores will feed down and it'll go into this input and generate outputs into both of these slots, which is orange. Now say I wanted these outputs to go into separate places, I could say convert this on the right hand side to go to red, and on the bottom I want it to go to yellow. So the primary output will go through this chest. The secondary output would go into a chest that's under, if there's something underneath, which there's just dirt. Since there's nothing in there for it to go into, it would just sit in here. but there's a chest underneath, it would go down to that chest, or a pipe, a buildcraft pipe. It would go into that location. But I don't want that to happen, so we'll close that one off, and we'll change this one to orange. So now both of these, since it's a combined of red and yellow, both of these will go into this chest, which is where all these ingots are, and slag. Lots of slag. Slagathor. So that is one of the amazing things about the thermal expansion for the machines, is that, you know, they can connect to each other without any sort of pipe. Normally, like how with Industrial Craft 2, you have to manually move them, or you have to use Buildcraft pipes and engines to pipe things into other machines, as you can see from this, which is a diamond generator, which I'll get into in another episode. But yeah, that's it. One of the cool things about this redstone energy cell is, say I want to use two of these machines. I want to use these two. This one has an energy usage, maximum energy usage of 4 Minecraft joules per tick. To operate at its best efficiency, these both use 4 Minecraft joules per tick. So that's 8 that's going to be required. This thing now generates 20, because there's 10 2 Minecraft joule engines. This will produce a maximum of 2 Minecraft joules, just as a standard thing. So this array would be generating 20 Minecraft joules per tick. But I'm only using 8. So I could set this redstone energy cell down here at the end, connected to it, and then change this. We're going to take it all the way down, and we want it to have an input of only 12 Minecraft joules per tick. So this is generating 20, this is going to pull 12, and these two are going to pull 4 each. So this isn't going to take more energy than it has to, and then these ones will still operate efficiently. If I had left it at, say, 20, then this would be pulling, they would all equally be fighting for energy. And these would not be running efficiently, and this would be taking more energy than it needs to. So something very cool and something to think about for that redstone energy cell, should you decide to use it. I hope this was kind of informative for you guys. This is essentially how I use them. I've been using these two together for quite a while. I brought these two over so I could show you filling up that redstone energy cell frame, since I already had the array of the Buildcraft engines. These 5 I actually just added in for the purpose of this demonstration, because like I said, this Magma Crucible uses a maximum of 20 joules per tick, so I wanted to make sure that I had plenty of energy used, even though it has a capacity of 24,000. But like I said, redstone energy cell is 600,000. It's pretty neat. Running with 5 engines, if I did my math correctly, running with 5 electric engines, running at maximum capacity, which is 2 Minecraft joules per tick, these guys will charge a redstone energy cell to 600,000, assuming no loss, which there is loss in transmission from the engines. So unless they're like plugged directly in, which you can do, it is approximately 50 minutes for 5 electric engines to charge a redstone energy cell to full capacity, which isn't bad. And double that and you're cutting the time in half. That would change it down to 25 minutes. So it'd take less than half an hour with this array to charge up this redstone energy cell, which obviously I'm not going to bore you guys with. So yeah, these are very practical to use machines. In all actuality, they're a lot cheaper to make than the industrial craft versions of them. The trade-offs, though, are these machines aren't quite as efficient as, say, the macerator or the electric furnace, because they have no capability of being upgraded. Like take for example this recycler that's over here that has 10 overclockers plus a transformer upgrade. These can't be upgraded. They're just be using their internal storage, to do their task, and they have a certain limit of power of how fast they can do their jobs. One of the advantages, though, of them is that these have, for a most part, a pretty high capacity for energy stored within their system, and they actually tell you how much energy is in it, as opposed to, you know, just a little abstract thing of a lightning bolt showing that they're receiving energy. These ones actually give a quantitative amount of how much energy they have available to them in their system. That's not without anything that they're, you know, already doing. So that is an advantage in the thermal expansion side of things. The induction smelter, if you're putting in dust, it actually runs really quickly and puts an output out pretty fast, like well over what an electric furnace would normally get, even with like a couple of overclockers in it, and all without, you know, running over, you know, the amount of energy that you need. You know, typically if you put too many overclockers and you don't have a strong enough signal going into that electric furnace, you know, it's going to stutter and it's not going to have a constant flow of energy. It's going to use more than it's getting in. So that's also something to consider. Overall, I'd say they're both equally useful. They both have a place in my home currently. But I thought I'd do a video about them specifically because I thought it was really neat when I started using them, how much they're useful for. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you look forward to seeing how I'm going to incorporate thermal expansion into my designs. I am going to do another video for my current sorting system for quarries, as well as this hinky machine over here, explaining what that is, plus my future plans for the server. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll talk to you guys later. If you have any comments, leave them down below. If you have any questions, let me know. See you guys. Peace.